All aboard!
What is cinema? Can you see, hear, feel, touch, taste? What do you expect?
It was kind of a bit of a fantasy, really. We didn't really set ourselves up. We just thought maybe we could run a cinema and continue with some of our own production projects at the same time. When we opened the Cube, we had this idea that we'd open as if always been there and started operating. How do you go about running a cinema? We started from scratch. The projection room was just a tip, and everything just really neglected. We put quite a lot of work and sort of sanded down all the chairs. People did give us a hand and stuff. It was that kind of feeling of taking over the building. So we thought, we could move into that. But at the end of the day, we knew that it was established as a venue, so people knew where it was. Just started trying to whack together film programmes and to try to be experimental and diverse and get stuff back that we'd seen when we were kids in the 70s on TV, doing stuff with DJs to films. That's really what it's about. It's just being able to completely play with cinema environment and set up. And so there's a lot of old kind of cinema bits and bobs, like lamp houses and carbon rods and lots of old kind of weird paraphernalia that didn't work. And I think Main's thing which we used on the projector for the slow starts, but the only thing that was kind of any good use. The rest of it was just junk. It's still like it's still there, still needs to be thrown out. When we went to the Chinese and said, this is who we are, we haven't got any money, but we're interested in the cinema, he said, well, you're not the first, there's someone else. And then one day they rang up and said, they're not interested, it's over to you. So the Chinese guy said, by the way, so the guys who were interested before you, so they're cinema guys, they've got projection equipment, you should give them a call, The first weekend we opened to the public, they were literally in the projection room, kind of installing the gear as the films were coming on. There's a wire everywhere, it's solder everywhere. 1 minute something's quite scary, and the next minute you've got it well under your belt and you think about next things to do. There's sort of aesthetic, isn't there? It's the sort of cinema stuff, because the projector that we've got is like a 50s projector, but it kind of does the job. It's mechanical. Picture being projected is very basic. Moving parts, lenses, optics, bulb. Most technology now is sound, surround sound, all those things. We haven't got any of that at all. It's all kind of just about stereo. We do a lot of other different things. We do sometimes slide music, sometims sort of club-style events with DJs playing. I like this idea of combining, old and new media. Found methods of making stuff up onto 35mm, sort of using slide film. We use it as a tool. We really fuck about with the projector, trying to break all the rules that we never get a chance to break. Joining loops the wrong way around and stuff, so films go backwards and forwards. Running things through by hand, We don't just do cinema, basically. We wanted to change the name of the Art Centre Cinema. There's various names and things, I just remember thinking Cube, it's just stuck. We like this idea of rhombus shape and then therefore the cube. Yeah, there was, and it was on King Square. That was quite unconscious. Serendipity, I suppose. There's a kind of a Chinese flavour to a lot of stuff. You like the graphic style of Chinese lettering, and because there's a Chinese restaurant out the front of the building, and there's a Chinese thing going on there, Most cinemas have got an external kind of identity. You see the facade or whatever from the outside, but the Cube hasn't. You kind of enter it through Georgian Square. You go down a long corridor, and then you're in the Cube. You never see the outside of it. That was another reason we liked the Cube, because it's like kind of inside this form. We really are the bottom of the ladder. We kind of like the idea of the cinema and film as a general kind of basic notion to build a lot of stuff around. You can build music around it and art and all other types of things. So we're trying to just develop the types of activities we can do there. So it's more like an art centre, because our strategy is to try and bring into the public eye more underground and more marginal stuff. By doing that, we're kind of changing our idea of cinema. Stuff going on now with net-based technology and be able to kind of stream stuff, and even media forms like radio, and us to build those kinds of projects onto the Cube. It's all media, isn't it, at the end of the day? It's transmission of information. Digital cinema, in a corporate sense, means like Toy Story 2 being shown digitally. There's no indication that the content or type of material you'll be watching will be any different, But to me, digital cinema is a completely different thing. You can create a space where, things might be more interactive. The most important element of social interaction. People are interactive. What more do you need than that? So even though with broadband, interactive TV and that, it's people want to go out and socialise, trying to redefine our own expectations as well. You know, what would we want to do to go out and kind of enjoy ourselves? We're just kind of making it up as we go along, really. There's a thing called blackout, which is quite good fun, where we just have black film in the projector, so there's no image at all, subliminal scratches and things. Then we play sound, the idea of seeing where people would immerse themselves in the blackness. And we've done events which are still traditionally staged in the sense that you do something, present something, people watch it, you know.
Stepped right into a morass of etiquette.
Some of the best stuff we've shown, some of the kind of activist films. We don't want to lose track of kind of campaigns and political awareness and stuff and what we're doing. The future for us is more interesting, but how can we, with more computer-based production, audio, and some kind of old technology and lo-fi stuff, it's kind of mix, and doing things that where work is shown that's made there, the audience is creating its own entertainment, and also I suppose events that aren't cinematic at all, just mini festivals, and also we want to kind of branch out into running other types of projects as well, like books. We did film jams and said, look, just bring your own stuff along, we have DJs playing. Them having their own night, you know, so the DJs in the background, people do visuals bring their stuff up. Some people that used to come to the film jam, they want to do their own night. So they started doing an event that just became a whole different event, you know, because it's so much smaller scale than a real club, it's a much more genuine experience. It's just more interactive, it's just better fun to have other types of activities on like puppet shows. Bristol's good in some ways to get new audiences because it's a student population. There's a good hardcore sort of following that we have. We want to do all the stuff that arts bodies are perceived to be doing, you know, but do it better with less resources. Limitation of resources defines your style, I think, early on in any kind of project. Dozy is another night where just kind of very off-the-wall music's played that would never get played in clubs. There's so much more different types of music that you can't play in clubs. It's not dance music. So where do you go and see it? You don't. You know, it's great to do that. It's a perfect environment because the film thing's tiring. You have a film in the evening, people just sort of DJing and just relax and try things out, you know. Yeah, there's a big graffiti scene in Bristol. So people like skaters, graffiti crews all see it as a place where they can try ideas out as well. You know? So skaters all come in to see a skate film and then they all skate off. Some of them get involved further with other things and kind of open up a bit. But they would never go to other places in Bristol, even the places which are the funded places. They just won't go to those places. People who run those places aren't coming from the same place as them. I mean, they see them as youth or criteria in their funding, you know. These people can come to our place and just do what they want. Some of the best stuff I've seen in the last few years has been stuff that I've seen at the Cube that other people have brought in. I'm getting my education. RX was digital, event with kind of net streaming, and the thing about the net is you don't have to do with the space and location anymore. That's what Co-op has got 4 directors, but it relies completely on volunteers. We've got 30 volunteers that run the bar and do all those things. People always thought we had money and we got paid, and it was good, the idea that people thought we had money. It was great because it means people think there's a wealth there, there's a certain value there that's established. I mean, it made a difference financially when we opened the bar. When we got the licence, the cinema hall itself was a licensed area, so you can come and bring a beer into the hall, watch a film, and you can't do that in other places. The capacity kind of lends itself to seated music in a way, you know, just anything from jazz, noise type stuff, electronic, acoustic people, folk, experimental, so we can have bands, be able to record stuff, branch out some of our creative projects a bit more, so we just let the space be open to things like that, and that's really good. Get some facilities, get a bit of soundproofing, carry on with what we've been doing, but more often, more frequently, to a higher quality, I suppose. Yeah.